Hey there, Janine Garner here. How are you all today? Today, I want to share with you 7 lessons to growing your business, 7 secrets of success shared with me this week with the incredible Michelle Gregory. And they're not going to be what you think they are going to be. Before we get started, if you are watching this on YouTube and you are loving this content, there's a whole heap of more training and free resources over in my Facebook group, the Elevate Networking Lounge. Simply jump over there. There'll be a couple of questions you need to answer, and then you can jump right in, and we will make sure to reach out, contact you, and point you in the right direction of some of that content. So hope to see you there. It'd be great to see you there. So let's get started today. So earlier this week, I had the pleasure of chatting to the incredible Michelle Gregory. This was for an Accelerate call that I was running for my Elevate program, my program that very much works with female consultants, business owners, and coaches that are ready to level up, to stop being the world's best kept secret, to really welcome way more profit into their business than they're currently experiencing, and to make sure that they're building the business that they want, not what other people want, and also not a business that is negatively impacting their lifestyle or really becoming shackles around their ankles. So this is a program for established women and female consultants, and I had the absolute joy of interviewing Michelle Gregory. And on this call, she shared with us 7 success tips for building a scalable business. And as I said at the beginning, they are not going to be what you necessarily think they are going to be. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Michelle Gregory. Michelle Gregory started in the regional airlines here in Australia, pretty much in reservations. She then started working for Virgin here in Australia. And then 20 odd years ago, she met her husband, or now her husband, and they started up a business on the side, a business called Promotion Products, based in Brisbane in Queensland. Over these last 2 decades, Michelle and her husband, Douglas, have managed to build this business from an idea into a double-digit, multiple million-dollar turnover business. She's got over 18 members of staff and has such an incredible retained client base. It's untrue. As she shared in our interview, she's experienced the highs and lows of business. She's experienced the highs and lows of starting a business with her husband, the times of stress, the having the children, not just COVID and GFC, but as she said, the impact it's had on her family, on her relationship, and having to continuously think about ways to get back in control of her business. The thing that is really clear when you talk to Michelle is the ownership that she takes about the decisions that she has made over the course of the years, of the 20 odd years to building her business. And I asked her to share in this interview 7 awesome tips, 7 tips, 7 ideas, 7 thoughts that she had that she wanted to share with people to help them build the business of their dreams. So I'm going to share these with you right now. Just jump on over to the iPad and I'll write them up as we go. So lesson number 2, number what? Number 2? I haven't even started yet. Lesson number 1, the first thing she shared was to remember that working for yourself is the most intense personal development program that you will ever embark on. That working for yourself is the most intense personal development program that you will ever embark on. It will be more rewarding if you turn up. It is the scariest journey ever. It is not going to be highs and lows all the time. And yet, as you grow, as you get more clients, as you scale your business, at every single inflection point, there's this moment of growth and this moment to really look at yourself so you can lead yourself better. And if you think about it, those people that are still working corporately, they're not necessarily taking on the risk of running your own business. So as she said, her first thing is working for yourself. Working for yourself is the most intense personal development program you will ever do. What do you think? True? I think so. I think it's true. Lesson number 2 is to remember that growing your business is a conscious choice. And every single time that you're presented with opportunities to grow, you have to remember that there is a cost. That entry to that next level of growth is never free. So growth is a constant choice, a conscious choice, and that entry to that next level is never free. There is always a cost. I'm just going to lift my seat up a bit because I look like you can just see my head. So growth is a conscious choice. Entry to that next level is never free. Are you making the right decisions? Are you aware of the cost? Cost, by the way, isn't always money. It could be time, it could be energy, it could be focus. It could be not being able to do some of the things that you love. And I guess here it's about owning the fact that growth is that conscious choice, and it's up to each and every single one of you to be intentional about the choice that you're making. Lesson number 3 is to always remember, let's change that typing, to remember why you started in the first place. It's not always going to be easy. There are going to be moments that are really tricky. And at those moments, you've got to stop and you've got to remember why you started your business in the first place. And to remember that running your own business is a vehicle to achieving that goal. I guess what you've got to do is to reconnect with that why you started. And if right now there is a disconnect between that why, that desire, and the actions that you're taking, the drive that you're taking, if there's a disconnect, if you're not doing what it is that you want to do, and it might actually be impacting your why, if you're working like a crazy thing, if you set up your business because you wanted freedom and choice, and actually you have no freedom and choice because you're working all the hours God sends, that you're chasing this goal, but actually it's negatively impacting why you started in the first place, you've got to actually reconnect that. You've got to reconnect back with your why you started and making sure that you're doing the right actions, the right drive, the right activity to actually get moving in that right direction. Number 4, you hear me talking about this all the time, but absolutely understand your numbers, understand your cash flow. What money's coming in, what money is leaving, what's your profit, how much margin you're getting. If you don't understand your numbers, it's really hard to make a decision as to what your next move is going to be. And when we talk about understanding your numbers, not just understanding the numbers in your business, but understanding the numbers that are going to impact your life as you step forward for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You've got to understand how the work, the money, the numbers that you are generating in your business are actually converting to wealth, and actually whether they are heading in that right direction of whatever that big dream is for each and every single one of you. So number 4, understand your cash flow. Number 5, ruthlessly schedule. Having problems with spelling today. Ruthlessly schedule joy into your calendar. Ruthlessly schedule joy into your calendar. Now, so many of us go, yeah, I know how to do this. I'm ruthlessly scheduling the gym and meditation and reading and walks in the country and time with the dogs and hanging out with the kids. You may do that, but how many of you are then ruthlessly ensuring that those things stay in your calendar? So it's about ruthlessly scheduling joy and ruthlessly keeping to those appointments. Because unless you're looking after yourself, unless you're finding joy in your day and in your business, then it's really hard to keep going when times get tough. So lesson number 5, ruthlessly schedule joy. Lesson number 6, which links to the ruthlessly scheduling joy, is be uncontactable. Be uncontactable. If you Google Unleashing Brilliance podcast with Michelle Gregory, you can hear the backstory here. when Michelle's business was at around the 4 million stage and they had a large number of staff, they decided to go to Spain, leave Australia, go to Spain, take their 4 kids to Spain for a year and live in Spain for a year and let their team run their business. She was uncontactable, and guess what? The business grew. She talks about learning well, teaching well, and letting the team doing the work. Now, whether you decide to take a year off or the weekend off or the evening off, it's this discipline around being uncontactable. As she shared, she took the year off and business grew, numbers grew. When they came back, they made that next level of business plan to take the business to the 10 million. And within it were all of these lessons: ruthless scheduling joy and being uncontactable. And the final one that Michelle shared is it is always about the people. We know that business is and always has been about the people, and that this includes you. It's about bringing the humanity back to business. It's about understanding that with every single interaction that you have, making sure that you evaluate with kindness, because the impact that you make every single day, every single person is watching. And the question you've got to ask yourself is whether the ripple effect that you are creating around you is the one that you want to be remembered for. If you can be remembered for the good stuff, the human stuff, then actually what tends to happen is this wonderful reciprocity and everything grows. So as I said, Michelle Gregory built a business idea up to a double multi-million-dollar business. And these are her 7 learnings. Working for yourself is the most intense personal development program ever. Growth is a conscious choice. There is the next step always has a cost to it. It's never free. Remembering why you started, understanding your cash flow, ruthlessly schedule joy, be uncontactable, and finally remember that it is always about the people, and that yes, this includes you. I'd love to hear in the comments below what resonates most with you here, and which one are you going to focus on right now to help you unlock that next in your business.